Hey guys, what's up? I want to talk about unjustified embarrassment and what we all face as parents once in a while, but as it turns out, when they get older, it gets worse. And I'm leading into parental estrangement because when our children are young and they face consequences for their actions, and we have to either ground them or keep them from participating in certain activities, or we say you can't have your cell phone, etc., or time off the tablet or go to your room. And they might react by saying, I hate you, mom, or I hate you, dad. And you're like, oh, okay. And normally it's at home, so it's not that big a deal. But when they get out in public and they start acting up, boy, those of us that don't have a handle on the look, where our kids run amok in stores and things like that, that can be the next level of embarrassment, and where you say, oh my gosh, and unless you get a handle on it, I should say, and you take them out of the store and you say, not on my watch, and put an end to it right then and there, that's the next level. But the toughest level, I think, is the embarrassment we feel when our kids abuse or mistreat us as adults, when they're teenagers, young, I should say teenagers into the young adult period, because sometimes it happens when we're out and about. And you might have seen the Dr. Phil's where these teenagers, they're the spoiled brat teenagers, where they don't give a f about what anybody says, and they steal, they lie, they cheat, etc., just to make a greater impact with either social media or whatever. And so that aspect happens, and you think, oh my goodness. So here we are out in public, and your son or daughter may mouth off, and then we turn 50 shades of red because we're thinking, please don't let this happen right now. But I think another level in which should be turned outward instead of inward is when we're embarrassed, not only by our adult sons and daughters who cut ties, but then all of a sudden other people step in and encourage them to estrange from us and become part of the military they're getting. Like, it's you against the entire world. And not only that, the worst thing is these are the people that know all of your secrets from when you were little, whether it's a sibling or an aunt, uncle, a parent, or maybe an ex-spouse or something, and someone you've shared your stories with, and your heartaches with, and your embarrassing times with. And so then all of a sudden they gather other people, and they encourage our children to treat us like subhumans, or that basically you don't need a mom or a dad. You just toss them in the garbage and move on. It's kind of like, are you kidding me? Why would you be so mean? And so sometimes it's you against, just say there's two NFL teams and you're the only person on one team and the other team is coming at you. Well, how can you defend yourself against something like that? And so you're being attacked from all sides. It's like you're a dartboard, and you're every single ring. People are trying to shoot poisonous darts at you to get more points. And it's almost like a game to them. Like, who can hurt you the worst gets, let's just say someone calls you a name and they get a point, and someone causes emotional or mental harm and they get 10 points, and so on and so forth. So it's almost like they're racking up to see whoever gets to 100 points wins the game. So it's almost like we're up against people that can instill not just a little bit more and more harm over time. So what do you do in a situation in which it's you against them? You have to remove yourself from the game. You have to say, you might have darts, but I'm not going to stand there in a bar and let you play 301 or cricket and hit me with darts and see who can hit the center mark. No, I'm not going to participate. So the hardest thing to do in this situation is to defend. I'm sorry, let me back up. The hardest thing to do is to forego defending yourself. to right fight or to stand up and say, they're wrong and I'm right and this and that. Because honestly, people can say what they want to say. But also, we don't really have to participate in that anymore. I had to step away from people that were saying some pretty awful things about me. And I had to say, that's your belief, that's just not my truth. And so the people that know me wouldn't believe those lies in the first place. They'd say, I don't think we're talking about the same person. That's not the Laura I know. So just don't participate. Step away. If they say you're an awful person, that's fine. If they say that you did XYZ, okay. Just, I stopped reacting, rebutting, replying. I just don't do anything. I sit, I do my own thing. And in turn, nobody's taking up space. That's all there is to it. So anyways, that's all I've got. I hope this helps. Stay away from mean people. It's easier said than done, but once you start blocking them, it gets a whole lot simpler. So anyways, that's all I've got, and I'll be back.